What's up everyone, it's Special Case 75 here today. Today we're playing Would You Like to Run an Idle Cafe Part 4. Alright, let's get started. Alright, truth be told, I don't cook for myself very often. I'm not good at it, I'm not used to it either. I'm a complete novice when it comes to domestic affairs. It is somewhat embarrassing. Miyuki sighs. Ugh, not good at cooking, huh? So am I. I want to do my best in areas. Who doesn't? But when I'm faced with tasks I've not done before, I start to overthink myself. I get anxious and I find it hard to come to any decision. That's why I've been dithering for so long. It's quite bothersome, really. I wish I had enough self-confidence to make mistakes. It's the best way to learn, after all. I should stop being such a perfectionist. You're probably right there, but don't worry, so long as you know there's a problem, I'm sure you'll be able to rectify it. It's easy to rectify. I really don't mind helping out either. I can teach you all about budgeting just like that. Ichigo snaps her fingers. I can give you a few recipes too if you need any help on that front. I love cooking. She sure do. Well, if you're sure. Miyuki smiles and bows her head. Thank you, Ichigo. I will be happy to accept your generous offer. Yes! Alright, let's get into it. Now, if it's cheap but highly quality chicken meat you're looking for, Ichigo picks up a few packs of chicken from the shelves and hold them up for Miyuki's inspection. She spouts off some information about price versus quality and quantity while Miyuki nods, her brow furrowed. She looks like she's taking this pretty seriously. She's such an honor student. Ichigo and I lead Miyuki about the supermarket for the 15th minutes. We both give her pointers, and by the time we're done, her basket is laden with cheap but nourishing ingredients that should last for a while. We pay for our respective purchases together, then we leave the supermarket laden with carrier bags. The sun is still high in the sky, and then the gentle breeze which stirs my hair is warm. I can hear the faint sound of the gulls and smell the salt in the air. It is all in all a very pleasant day. Thank you very much. And it's made pleasanter still by the smile upon Miyuki's face. Your advice was indispensable, Ichigo. You are very wise. I don't know about that. I'm kind of stupid when it comes to most stuff, really. But there's one thing I do know about, it's cooking. For sure, though. You can ask me whenever you need help, any help in the kitchen. I'll be over in a shot. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Ichigo. Thank you. Perhaps I will do that if I find myself making any complex dishes. And as for you, Yokoyama, what? Miyuki turns to me, her dark hair fluttering about her heart-shaped face. You are surprisingly dependable too. You taught me a lot about food storage and preparation I'd never thought of before. I am still in the voice when it comes to the culinary arts, but I will strive to improve myself. I'll practice my cooking this evening and will keep all of you told in mind. Oh jeez. I really do appreciate it. It's no problem. I returned Miyuki's smile with one of my own. I figure I owe you as much after I bumped into you at the cafe. I know I acted like an ass and I'm sorry. Am I forgiven? Of course you are. I'm not so petty. I will continue to hold a grudge after you have apologized. It's all water under the bridge. Great. I sigh of relief. Thanks, Miyuki. That's Shinonom to you. Of course you'll be saying all that stuff. Miyuki's voice trails off. She frowns. But if you want to call me Miyuki, I suppose I have no real objections. Yes, finally. I have never been addressed so casually by a boy before, and it's a bit embarrassing, but, well, I suppose I can live with it. It would seem strange if I did not call you that when Ku does. Miyuki swallows and glances at me shyly. I look forward to seeing you at work tomorrow, Nelia. Let's both do our best. I shoot Ichigo a sideways glance. She's been grinning to herself about something or other ever since our chance encounter with Miyuki at the supermarket. She's walking though she's on a cloud. Her pigtails bounce with every step and hem of her skirt flutters around her thighs. She looks so happy, her eyes are positively sparkling. It's all very curious. What's got you in such a good mood, huh? Oh, nothing really. I'm just glad I was able to meet one of your colleagues. She was such a cute girl. I bet she could even make it as an idol if she learned to smile a little more. Now that's a bold statement. I don't know much about idol industry, but I do know idols are supposed to have look akin to goddesses. How does Miyuki stack up against the likes of Hoshizora Shiori? I think she has what it takes. I guess. You might have a point there. Miyuki is very pretty. I always have a point. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to idols. Just call me the idol professor. If Ichigo had a pair of glasses, I'm sure she'd be sliding them up her nose right about now. One of Ichigo's many loves in life, in addition to food and small animals, is idols. She owns a huge amount of merch and CDs, and her bedroom walls are positively plastered in posters of cheery, beaming girls wearing cute, frilly dresses. She's such a huge idol otaku. She could give even the most hardcore male fans a run for their money. It actually like a total shame. Mayu hasn't devoted her life to being an idol. She's too pretty to be a merry waitress. If she were to debut properly, I bet she could make a huge splash. I suppose it's possible, but I doubt Miyuki will be interested in that. I don't know Miyuki very well, but from little I've gleaned of her, she isn't the sort to court attention. She was so embarrassed after I bumped into her in the cafe. Her poor face went beet red. Could a girl like that endure the stares of thousands upon thousands of fans? She's nothing like Shiori. Shiori is one of Japan's top idols. She has this sweet, demure kind of looks with long wavy hair and a gentle smile. Ichigo adores Shiori, and her room is full of Shiori merchandise. When I think of idols, I think of Hoshizori Shiori. She is the undisputed queen of the entertainment industry. Well, that's to be expected. There aren't many people out there as suited for idolhood as Shiori. It's almost as like she was born to be adored by legions of fans. She never ever gets anxious, and she's never make mistakes. Shiori really is perfect. Ichigo sighs deeply, as she often does whenever she speaks of Shiori and holds her free hand to her face. Mayu likes a lump of coal compared to her. She hasn't put under enough pressure to transfer into a diamond, but I think she could do it if she tried. Not all idols have to be sweet and bubbly, you know. Some idols play characters, and these characters are pretty popular. Really. Yeah, you have your airhead ditzies, your stoic girls, your wild and carefree types. You name any trope, and there's an idol who'll cover it. Wow, I whistle. I thought idols were meant to sing and dance, but you're making them sound like actresses. They are in a way. They have an image they need to uphold, and they work hard to maintain it. If they let their veneer slip, they'll disappoint their fans. Not all these airhead idols are actually airheads, and not all these stoic idols are really cool and emotionless. Not all sweet, bubbly idols are sweet but bubbly in real life. As a matter of fact, idols pander to fantasy, so they have to wear masks. It's all like part of the job. So that sounds kind of distinguished. It is, sort of, but that's part of every job. Teachers have to be patient and understanding even if their students are being unruly, and nurses have to act nice even if their patients are being rude. Idols are like that. They're just acting accordingly. Not only do they pour a lot of effort into singing and dancing, but they also need to work on their public image. They're working almost 24/7 whenever they go out into the public eye. Whew, that must be a lot of work for idols. Don't you think that's commendable? I guess when you put it like that. I know, right? Ichigo beams happily. Idols are incredible. They're ordinary people like you or me, but they push themselves so they can become extraordinary. I've watched a lot of interviews about my favorite groups, and even I can't fathom how much sweat, blood, and tears go into their careers. They work harder than most politicans, all so they can make us happy. That's why I'm a die-hearted idol fan. I'll never stop loving them. Ichigo proclaims this boldly, her eyes shining with determination. By this point, we've navigated away from the shopping street, and out to the decidedly less crowded seafront. There are less people here to overhear us, but the sidewalk isn't deserted by any means. Everybody within our immediate vicinity must be aware of Ichigo's cheery cadences. From the old woman on the other side of the road to the dog walking strolling along the beach, we're courting a lot of curious stares. I'd be embarrassed if I weren't used to this. I got more than my fair shares of stares in the past when I was still a delinquent. Compared to that, this is nothing since it doesn't bother me. There's no point telling Ichigo to keep quiet. Why should I spoil her fun? You sure are passionate, huh? I smile. I can't imagine liking anything that much myself. I'm almost jealous. Really. Ichigo blinks at me abashed. You sure jealous of me? Yeah, I wish I had a hobby I could devote myself to like that. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun. I always do when I talk about idols. I try to keep it under wraps for the most part though. I wouldn't want to bore you. It's fine, I'm not bored. I like hearing more about you and your interests. In fact, I've always been aware of Ichigo's fixations with idols, but I never knew her feelings for them were so personal. Oh no, yeah. Ichigo smiles at me sweetly. You're so nice to me. I wasn't for a while. I'm trying to change that though. You're here for me, so I want to be here for you. You can talk to me about anything. I promise, I won't judge you. Anything? You mean you'll even let me gush whenever Shiori releases a new single? You do that already. And you don't mind if I play Tropical Kiss over and over when I'm cooking in the kitchen. Again, you do that already. And you don't mind if I buy Vile Shiori bathwater. Bathwater? What? Bathwater? Shiori's bathwater? What the hell? Or her used socks, or even her Whoa. Sure, that's... Wait, what? Can you buy stuff like that? It sounds like a breath of personal privacy. I've seen a few suspicious listings come up on auction sites. They usually get taken down though. I think they're just hoaxes. It'd be cool if they were real though. I wouldn't mind owning a pair of Shiori's sweatpants or towel or even a tissue she's used to blow her nose. That would make me super happy. It would be worth even more than one of Budha's fingers. Right. I was prepared to support Ichigo's idol obsession no matter how intense it might be, but this might be the part of where I bail. You can buy anything you want with your money, but you don't need to share this sort of thing with me. If you absolutely have to sniff Shiori's old socks, you can do that in your room. Oh, of course. Don't worry about that. I'll try to and be discreet. Ichigo grins and gives me a salute. I'm really stuck on Mayu. Though I think she make an amazing idol. She might be able to be a pro like Shiori, but she could always be a maid idol. A maid idol? I look at Ichigo askance. What's that exactly? The clue is in the name. It's an idol who's a maid. I figure that much, but is that common? Are there a lot of maid idols? It's become more and more common lately. A lot of establishments, even prefectures, are turning to idols as a means to boost their engagement. You can find idols promoting schools, amusement parks, zoos, aquariums, and the like. And of course, there are idols who represent cafes. There are the maid idols you're talking about. Yep, there's a whole bunch of them in Tokyo, or so I've heard. They're not as common outside the city, but they're still cropped up. Cafe idols or maid idols are waitresses who work at cafes. Sometimes they perform songs and dances inside their cafes, kind of like mini lives. They do it to drum up more of an interest in their business. Like other idol groups, they also record music videos and post them online, and they have social media accounts. Of course about that. They upload photos of themselves and clips of them rehearsing, and they interact with all their fans. They're not professionals like Shiori is. They're more like amateurs, really. Being an idol is something they can do on the side. They're still waitresses, first and foremost. They don't tend to have managers, and they don't usually perform their own songs. They mostly do covers. They're still popular, though because they're more accessible than megastars. You don't need to buy dozens of CDs in hopes of winning a ticket to a handshaking event. You can just drop by the place they work to see them if you want. I think it's like a really cool concept. I follow a lot of loot of cafe idols online, and some of them are very cute. I have lots of favorites. It's still a developing trend, but I think Miyuki's make for a great cafe idol. Ah, Ichigo sighed dreamily, one hand pressed to her cheek. I would love to see that. I pay a whole month worth of my allowance if I could see her sing and dance just once. She's so cute, I'd be ashamed if she did it. Now I'm just imagining it. I'm like all fired up. You're definitely fired up for sure. Over 9,000. She's just like so cute. I can't bear it. It looks like all this talk of mates has short-sugared Ichigo's brain. She's lost in her own fantasies, completely oblivious to the world around her. The old woman on the other side of the street gives her a concerned look, then hurries on. The dog walking on the beach, meanwhile, starts to snigger. Whoa! Okay. Did he hear everything she just said? Even the stuff about Shiori's sweaty socks? If so, he'll probably be thinking about that. Ichigo is some sort of degenerate. And he might have a point. Her love for idols is intense. I hope it doesn't get into any trouble. I'm pondering this when I notice something out of the corner of my eye. Or to be more precise, someone. Ku? Not gonna lie, she looks pretty good in this. A girl is sitting on the beach wearing a sleek black suit. Her arms are bare and her smooth curves on the shoulders and her thighs look white as fish bones beneath the summer sun. Her hair is silver and tied back with two stubby pigtails, and her bangs are so long I can see only one of her eye. Even from a distance, I know who she is. She makes quite the impression. It's Ku. I've noticed her, but I don't think she's noticed me just yet. Her single eye is narrow in concentration, the palms of her hands smeared with sand. She's busy making a sandcastle, and what a sandcastle she must have been at this for a while, because it's quite elaborate. It has real turrets and a drawbridge. I've never knew she was so good with her hands. A few kids loitering about on the beach seem to agree with me, because they pause and stare at her sandcastle in awe. Wow, that looks amazing, miss. Ku inclines her head in their direction. She blinks, her reaction more delayed than usual thanks to the warm sunlight. Do you like it? Yeah, it's awesome. You're incredible, miss. You must be like a famous artist. I'm not famous. I am but a transient soul passing by upon the breeze. Huh? What does that mean? I don't know, but it sounds cool. You're really cool, miss. Cool. Ku burrows furrow. But it is hot outside. How can I be cool? Ha, I didn't mean it like that. I grin. It's nice to know Ku's just as unusual, shall we say, outside the cafe as she is inside it. Her weirdness doesn't falter, and the expressions on her face is impenetrable, almost mask-like. Is she being obtuse on purpose? It's hard to tell. She's probably special, I'm guessing. Hey, Naomi, aren't you listening to me? Oh, well, what? Oh. I turn my eye away from Ku, then look back at Ichigo. She's standing by my side, pouting. How long has she been staring at me, waiting for a reply? I was so caught up by Ku's antics, I almost forgot her. Sorry, Ichigo, I was a bit distracted. I could tell. If you think it is, like, boring or something when I talk about idols, you should tell me. I know I can be intense. No, it's fine. That's not the issue. I just saw somebody I know, that's all. Somebody you know? But we've only been living here for a while. I didn't think you had that many friends. Who is it? Ichigo glances about, holding one hand to her eyes, shielding them from the sun. She doesn't glance about for very long before her gaze lands on Ku. Ku is still busy laboring over her sandcastle, though the two boys who were speaking to her have walked off. Ku is a quiet girl, but she attracts a lot of attention. This is because of her nice body or pretty face. But I'm prepared to bet it's because of her aura. There's just something about her, a certain Ji-ni Saisa Koi, that naturally attracts the eye. Maybe it's some sort of spell that she casts upon herself. Then again, maybe not. Does she also work at the cafe? Yeah, she does. That's cool. Ah, I knew it. Ichiko grins. She matches the description you gave to the T. She looks kind of like a vampire princess, even in a swimsuit. You didn't tell me she was so pretty, though. Sorry, it must have slipped in my mind. Boo. Ah, she pouts. She pouts. Ichigo pokes me in the side. You've been very forgetful lately, Naoya. You need to tell me these things. You know how much I like cute girls. Well, I've already met Miyuki, so... Ichigo's petulant pout fades away to be replaced with a sweet smile. Would you mind introducing me to her? I don't know. She looks pretty ensconced with her castle. It's fine. I won't hang around her too long. I just want to say hello. Any friend of yours is a friend of mine, and that goes doubly so if she's a cute girl. I don't want to be left out. All right. There's no real reason why I should keep Ichigo away from Ku. There's quite a difference, both in terms of looks and personality, but I think they might get along surprisingly well. Let's go and greet her. Yay! Ichigo grins and flashes me a peace sign with the hand not accounted with shopping bags. Ichigo, you're like the best, Naoya. Why? Cause I introduced you to pretty girls? That's among the things. You listen to me when I talk about idols. You compliment my cooking, and you chuck me up in bed after I pass out on the couch. Oops. You're just a great guy all around. You knew that I took you up in bed last night? I was half asleep, but I could still feel your arms around me. They felt very big and strong. You're surprisingly muscular underneath all those clothes. Well, thanks. If I didn't know any better, I almost think Ichigo was coming to me. I sure am muscular. This is pretty embarrassing, actually. Let's go and see Ku, then, shall we? Man, look at Ku's thighs. I descend down to the steps to the beach. Ichigo falls along beside me, full of joys of spring. She's so excited she's practically skipping the carrier bags, full of good banging against her thigh with each step. I approach Ku, who's sitting by the shore, that clear my throat. Hey there, Ku. Oh, hey, Naoya. Ku brushes her hand free of sand upon her thighs, then gets to her feet to greet me. Her expression, as per usual, is almost completely blank. Are you Naoya's friend? That's right. My name is Ichigo, Suzuki Ichigo. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yamashiro Kuina. You can call me Ku. Ku, then. That's what Naoya called you. But I wasn't sure if it was a nickname or not. It's very nice to meet you, Ku. You're very cute. Wow, she sure is cut into the chase. Ichigo might have a better weight with women than I do. Thank you, I'm glad you think so. But I think you are cuter than me. Oh no, your skin looks so smooth and your hair so silky. Plus, that swimsuit is yours is really fashionable. I don't compare it at all. My own fashion sense is too childish. You look so mature, you could be a fashion model. I have looked to my own future on many occasions, but being a fashion model is not one of my career prospects. Huh? You could tell the future? I dabble. I have my tarot cards. Ku reaches for her pocket, then pauses. Since she's not wearing her casual clothes, she has nowhere to stash her cards. Did she forget? She kind of an airhead, huh? Oh, they're not here. I left them at home. I didn't want them to get wet. Well, that makes sense. I didn't know you could tell fortunes, though. That's so cool. Cool again. Ku brow creases. That is what those boys said, but I don't understand. It is too hot to be cool. It is all very perplexing. Bruh, they're meaning, well, actually, the boys or Ichigo are meaning that you're very, like, cool. When they mean by that, they mean that you're very awesome. I don't think they meant it literally. That is what they said, but that is a pain. If people do mean things, why do they say them? It is silly. This is why I prefer the cards. They do not lie to me. Do the things you predict come true? Usually. Wow, you sound almost like a witch. What sort of futures you have predicted for yourself? Do you know what you're gonna do when you get older? Ku nods. In all my futures, it seems I will be a person of little note. I'll get a degree at university, work in an office, have a series of unfulfilling romantic entanglements, then give up on love and adopt a cat. What? What's the point of loving someone when you can just straight up just go for the cat than loving someone if you're gonna give up on love like that? Like what's the point? That is my life trajectory. Really, but that sounds so sad. Not really. I will have cats. She probably might be a cat lover. I guess that makes it a little better, but I wouldn't want to imagine you being on your own. That doesn't seem fair. That is simply the way the world is. She's not wrong about that, but ouch! You think as some sort of a self-proclaimed clairvoyant, she tried to predict a more exciting future for herself. I imagine most girls her age would dream of fame, money, and romance, not a series of pedestrian disappointments. Maybe that lends her fortune-telling prowess a bit of credence, if only because it sounds so dreadfully believable. But still think it's nonsense. Jeez, and to think I was like gonna ask you to read my fortune? I think I've gone off the idea a little now, though if all your fortune are so sad, it's not sad. Remember the cats? I guess every cloud has a silver lining. That's right. Ku nods. Bad things happen, but they do not last forever. We must tell ourselves that. It makes it easier to accept the future. As for your future, Ichigo, Ku examines Ichigo with some interest. I do not have my cards with me, but I think it will be a good one. You do? Ku nods. You're a cheerful, confident girl. I'm sure you'll succeed in anything if you put your mind to it. And my love life, how will that work out? You have a bright aura that attracts people. I don't doubt you will find a partner who will love and cherish you, who will make you happy. That is. Ku glanced at me. Unless you have not found your ideal partner already. Huh? What do you mean? My. Ku sighs. You're slow on the uptake, aren't you? Says the girl who doesn't know what the word cool means. Then let me ask you bluntly. Do you have feelings for Ichigo? Huh? What? Ichigo and I respond to this audacious question simultaneously. We both stare at Ku, our mouths hanging open. And of all things, Ku could have asked me. I didn't think it would be that. Well, Ku pressures, unconcerned by, or perhaps oblivious to my discomfort. Do you or do you not have feelings for Ichigo? I like her, but... Well, I do like her... I do like her, but I don't know if I like her in that way. We've known each other for too long, if anything, to develop between us. Isn't that right, Ichigo? Yeah, I guess that is true. Ichigo smiles deeply, her face flushed, and toys with a lock of her blonde hair. Me and they are super close, but is it really like that? We're never done anything lovey-dovey together. We never held hands, and we definitely never kissed. Though she has tucked me up in bed before, as I fell asleep. I see. Ku nods. It is a work in progress then. You both care for one another, but you are too dense to admit your feelings. Now they are festering. I shall remember that. Festering doesn't sound very romantic. Withering then? That is much better. Jeez. You could try to be a little more tactful. I might act like a bit of a tomboy, but I'm still a fair maiden at heart. I take romance stuff seriously. I know, I can tell. You are full of love. It exudes from you like sunlight. You're not like Miyuki, who hides her feelings. You are open and honest. You're not very much like me either. It is quite remarkable. You really think so? Ku nods. You are a nice person, Ichigo. I met you. Now you're like making me blush. Thanks, Ku. I'm glad I met you too. I know she might be kind of sudden, but well, you're a friend of Nui's, and I'm a friend of Nui's, and if he's gonna keep working at that cafe, he'll see you even more. So I was wondering, would you mind being my friend too? You wish to be my friend? Yeah, I mean you're cute. Who would want to be your friend? Oh my. Ku blinks. Her single visible eye looks a touch wider per usual, and her lips are pursued in a small ring. Is she surprised? How unexpected! You didn't predict this. Ku shakes her head. Ku, people do not often ask to be my friend. They think I'm strange. For a long time, Yuki thinks I'm the only one. I thought that she was alright, but maybe I should try to expand my circle of acquaintances. You need at least 3 people to take part in the scenes. After all, scenes? I frown. What's that? A way to summon dead people. What the hell? I don't know much about summoning dead people when I play MMOs. I usually stick to being a DPS, but I would like being your friend. I'm being sincere about that. And I'm being sincere too. I can put the scene on hold if you like. A small smile catches Ku's lips, and we can try to spend more time together. Would that be acceptable? That'd be more than acceptable. Ichigo takes Ku's hands in her own and shakes them. Her smile so bright it positively blinding. I'm really like happy to meet you, Ku. Hope we can stay friends for a super long time. Yeah. Well, hope so. I'm so happy that I met your colleagues. Yeah, you sure have. And that is the end of today's episode, everyone. So thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.